Could you explain what an injury looks like in terms from an IED, a blast injury, and the damage it does?
Yeah. So, well, generally, it's depend on how severe it is. It can sometimes look relatively clean if it's just been sort of taken straight off. There's been incidences where if you've got a double amputation, it does look relatively clean, and it's sort of cauterized at the ends, depending on what's got happened, whether it be an EFP device, which is the molten the metal that projectile. Then sometimes, depending on where the blast has come from, it can go up the body, obviously. So then that's really problematic, because the injuries that you can see that you deal with, then you've got another 6 that you can't see that are going to slowly but surely make someone worse, and that's a sort of dire situation. Some people get really lucky, like with frag wounds, it'll just go through, and so it just depends. Wounds are pretty ugly, aren't they? And they smell. The smell always gets me, by the way. It must just be a weakness, like the flesh. The body's pretty gopping, really, isn't it, when you think about it?
Chantelle, can you also, from a medic's point of view, when you're on the ground and you have a casualty, could you explain, how important it is to get that casualty back into a field hospital, and the timings?
Yeah, massive, like that, and that's something I took a lot of pride in, because I would never say I was the best medic technically, but I had a really good tactically. I was a good medic, so I had a really good way of the triage and getting people to where they need to be, and because of what we have, because we had the luxury of the MERT team, not always, but in my time there, and they're kind of the skill that you've got going out on a helicopter to pick up casualties. So you've got the skill on the point of wounding, because by and large it's the blokes around that person that get hands on first. So it won't necessarily be a medic; it'll be rifleman 2 or however they're sort of however they roll, and then so this casualty will go through this chain of events,